Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Carol Master along with Matt Miller. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move on this Monday. Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Emily Grafeo in the house with Stock Movers. And let's start with one of the Mag 7. The Mag 7 did well today.
Yes.
Overall.
The Mag 7 did well. One stock specifically, Apple, did very well. It closed up over 6%. Apple was one of the hardest hit Mag 7 stocks after the Liberation Day tweet because they get a lot of their manufacturing in China. So that stock is still actually down 15% year to date. But today it moved up on this broader rally. It also, I think, moved up based on potentially some news that they're going to be raising prices. So the Wall Street Journal scooped earlier this morning that they're considering raising iPhone prices for the fall lineup. Why are you making that noise?
Because was it really a scoop? I mean, Mark Gurman has already written this before today.
True.
So
Bloomberg News, I'll give Bloomberg the credit, and I'm going to shout out Mark Gurman in another moment too.
Because he's been talking about this for a while. He's
been talking about this for a while. So we've been monitoring, like, are they going to raise prices? Gurman writes that since 2017, the flagship iPhone model has been $999. Like, they haven't raised the price of it.
For the unchanged plain vanilla version that no one buys.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I always have like the oldest iPhone model.
Okay, so there's three kinds of people in this world. There's the kind of person that has the oldest iPhone and doesn't ever buy a new one.
Yeah.
There's the kind of person that buys the new one but buys the SE, which is then the cheapest iPhone.
Right.
And then there's the kind of person who buys the newest and most advanced iPhone, which is the Pro. But I don't know anyone who buys the plain old, unchanged, same price iPhone since 2017.
So you're saying it's not an important metric?
No, I just think we say they haven't raised prices, and it's not like they haven't raised prices. They have, but they do it by offering a different iPhone with an advanced camera, a different iPhone with AI capabilities, a different iPhone that's way bigger. And that's how they continue to raise prices. But they make it look like they haven't because they still officially sell the same one since 2017. Yeah,
that's true. Well, they're trying to backtrack away from tariffs and say that this isn't like a pass through and that this is there's going to be new features, new designs. There's another Gurman scoop that they're also considering. They're going to be building out a battery optimization model where they use AI to make your battery usage more efficient.
Hallelujah.
But I would say overall the move was really related to just positive tariff developments.
I would say so too, right? Their exposure in a big way.
By the way, our producer, Elizabeth Sedran, said she actually does buy the plain vanilla entry-level iPhone every time. So
I bet there's more.
Now I do know someone who does that.
I bet there's more Elizabeth Sedrans out there that do the same thing. I'm just going to say, I mean, not like her, but, similar.
No one is like her.
No, there is no one like her. Eli Lilly. Let's talk Eli Lilly.
Healthcare stocks went on a ride today. They were lower initially.
It was wacky, sector. I'm just going to put it out there.
But the most recent news is that Trump said Eli Lilly is not going to be tariffed because the pharmaceutical company is building in the U.S. So earlier he had said he had plans to order a cut in U.S. prescription drug costs by mandating that Americans pay no more than people in countries that have the lowest price. So drug costs lower, not good for pharmaceutical stocks. But then there was a turnaround and we saw Eli Lilly finish the day up almost 3% right now.
Can we also just point out that it wasn't as onerous, I think, as everybody thought. And so I thought the whole pharma space was going to be smacked down, but they really weren't.
No, they really weren't. Yeah. A lot of other pharma companies also kind of, as Eli Lilly rallied throughout the day, they also moved up higher.
I think it could partially be because the president kind of hedged when he was about to sign that EO. He said what they need to do is get more money from others. And that meant he's going to use tariffs against the others if they don't pay the drug makers more.
Okay.
What's the other stock you got?
Finally, I'm looking at NRG Energy. I don't know. I tried to pick something not tariff related.
I love this. I talked about it too throughout the day.
Yeah,
biggest gainer on the S&P 500.
It hit a record high. It was up 26% today. They agreed to acquire a fleet of natural gas-fired power plants for about $12 billion. And watch this space, because a lot of the energy space is getting a boost from AI on this idea that as more there's the need for artificial intelligence grows, the need for power to actually power all of the data centers.
Somebody has to power Matt's ChatGPT, so we got to keep this going.
You're using that a lot, Matt.
Yeah.
I do use it a lot, actually.
It's like his new buddy.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.